Oh boy, hopefully your head didn't explode from all these lectures. We're gonna keep our slides lectures to a minimum from now and actually get into coding, actually practicing with React Native, because at the end of the day, that's how you get better. But I do have one question to ask you, one exercise, based on what we've learned up until now, and hopefully you can answer it. Is there CSS in React Native? Pause the video and think about it. Is there CSS? And CSS, hopefully everybody knows, is a way to style your web apps, your web pages. But is there CSS in React Native? Is there a way for us to style things on mobile with React Native? Ready for the answer? Technically, no. Technically, there is no CSS in React Native because remember, we're not on the web. CSS and HTML are for the web, right? React Native instead uses native mobile tools. So the CSS that we use in React Native is actually built through JavaScript. It's based on the CSS syntax, but a little bit different. For example, if we go to the style section of the React Native docs, you see that with React Native, you style your application using JavaScript, and that all core components accept a prop name style. So although they've mimicked how styles work on CSS, there's small differences like using JavaScript camel case instead of the dashes that we see with CSS properties. And we also have things like style sheet, the style sheet class that React Native gives us for us to create styles. But there's a few things like not having pixels because again, it just natively creates the views for us. So if we go to height and width, you see that it has something called fixed dimensions. All dimensions in React Native are unitless and represent density-independent pixels. Essentially a way of saying that it just figures out the best way to display things on the screen based on the screen dimensions. The other thing it does is that for layout, it uses Flexbox automatically. So although it's very, very similar to CSS, technically it's just all JavaScript because we're in the mobile world, not the web world. Hopefully you got that, and hopefully because of the previous lessons, this all makes sense. I'll see you in the next one.